Your Amazon KDP account can be terminated if you can't prove the ownership of the copyright within 5 days. And this actually happened to a close friend of mine. Amazon requested publishing rights verification for their book. In this video, I'll show you how to protect yourself before it happens and what proof Amazon actually accepts. So why this happens in the first place? So when you are publishing books on KDP, you confirm that you own publishing rights. You own the copyright for the books that you are creating. And Amazon can request verification of that copyright at any time. So they can do it within their internal review process, but it can be triggered by external report from any third parties. This is sample email that you can receive from Amazon. This is provided by Protect My Work service. As you can see, Amazon requested a proof of holding necessary rights or permissions for this particular book. The author has to reply to this email within 5 days with a proof or permissions. And the truth is that all of us can receive such an email even today. And Amazon may contact you if your book gets flagged in their internal review, but also someone can report copyright or trademark violation. In extreme case, the copycat will just copy your book and then report you to Amazon saying that it was you who copied their book. That practices are absolutely awful and unethical, but if it happens, it is on you to prove to Amazon that you hold the original copyright for that book. And consequences are terrible because Amazon can block your book, they can temporarily suspend your account or even terminate your account. And if your account is terminated, you will lose all your royalties that Amazon was about to pay you. In such case actually happened to my friend, and this is the real email that they received. So Amazon just requested to provide the proof that they hold the necessary copyright for that particular book, and unfortunately they weren't able to reply in timely manner, and as a result Amazon just terminated their account. As you can see, Amazon is terminating account immediately, and as a result the account is lost and you are not eligible to receive outstanding royalties, so you are losing the royalties for past 2 months. You don't have access to your account, your books are unpublished, and which is the worst, you are not allowed to open any KDP account in the future ever. Fortunately, as you can see, Amazon is saying that if you have any questions, please reply to this message. And fortunately, eventually they were able to reinstate the account, but it caused a lot of back and forth and a lot of frustration. So if you ever receive such email, just reply in timely manner and cooperate with Amazon. There's no sense to argue with them. And what Amazon is actually looking for when they are asking for confirmation or proof that you own the copyright. So your statement that you own the copyright for the book is not enough. They want verifiable proof. For example, attachments with your source files of your cover, of your interior created in InDesign, Word, Affinity, Illustrator, or whatever software you're using. They can look into the metadata, the timestamps to confirm when you created that work. They can also look for licensing proofs if you are using some stock services. But also, if you have a copyright certificate, that's the easiest way to prove that you hold the copyright. And the problem with that manual proof, with sending them the source files, is that there's no guarantee that Amazon will accept it, and it will take longer for them to verify that these sources are true. And it can be time consuming and also a bit stressful if you have just 4 days, for example, as in that example. And if you have a lot of books, that can be quite frustrating. So the alternative way is to register your copyright before it happens so that you have the copyright certificate. You may say that it is not required because you own the copyright from the time that you created that book, but holding such certificate makes it easier to prove to Amazon that you hold the copyright to that book. And there are 2 ways to get such certificate. You have option 1 to go through official copyright office, or option 2 use some independent witness service such as Protect My Work. So the first route is by going through official government registration, and it is really strong legal protection. So the most useful if you have like high revenue books and you want to have strong proof for legal disputes, for example, in court. But it is a bit expensive per book, and also it takes a lot of time to get that certificate. It can take weeks or even months to get copyright certificate. And here's the example from United States Copyright Office. So as you can see, you will be paying $45 to $65 per one book. And also that processing time is an issue because the average processing time for all claims is 4 months, but it can take from 3 months to even 5 or even 8 months, which is the problem if you didn't get that certificate upfront and you get that email from Amazon that they are requesting to prove the copyright ownership within 5 days. So the alternative route is independent witness service, and I'm using Protect My Work as an example. And what they are doing, they are just providing you with the certificate, digital certificate that is time-stamped, meaning that they are confirming that you created this original work, these source files at a given time. And generating that certificate is much cheaper and faster in comparison to that official route. So the cost is that you have to pay yearly membership flat fee of £45 because this is UK-based service. And apart from the membership, you have to pay for each book that you are just registering. And you are using certificate token that costs £1. So a bit more than $1, which is really attractive price in comparison to $65 on United States Copyright Office. And the great thing is that if you register your book in that service, you are getting that digital services generated almost instantaneously. It looks like that. This is example from their site. So they are confirming that you registered your book on a given date and time, and that work consists of these certified files. So these files in our case can be our source files for cover, interior, maybe source files that you used from other software that you were using. And then having that certificate makes it easier with the disputes with Amazon, because if you got the email from Amazon, you can just send that certificate to them to prove that you have the copyright for that particular book. And does it even work, and does Amazon accept that certificates? So I did a research, and Protect My Work service is providing some examples of email correspondence with Amazon content review team, confirming that they accepted these certificates without any issues. I was also looking online and found some examples that people were claiming that they shared these certificates and it worked. Amazon just accepted it as a proof for copyright ownership. I also went through reviews on Trustpilot for Protect My Work service, and it looks like a good and reliable way to get these certificates. Let me walk you through the registration process step by step so that you can see how to do it. So if you go to protectmywork.com website, you have to click the register button. And here's a simple form to register your account. So you are providing your name, email address, and your physical address. And you will be paying the membership fee for first year. And inside that membership fee, you will have 5 book tokens. If you want to buy more tokens, you can do it here. So first 5 are included in your first membership fee, but then you will have to pay that £1 for new token. When your account is created, you can log in, and this is your dashboard. So in order to register your work, you have to go to Upload Work. And here's the simple form of registering your book. So the overall process is that you will be uploading the source files here, and they will be generating a certificate, the copyright certificate, that is confirming that you registered these particular files as an author on particular date and time. Let's scroll down. So what we are doing, we are providing the title of our work, and then we can upload up to 5 files. If you have more files, you can just compress them into zip archive and then upload that as well. So what I like to do, I'm just uploading source files for my cover, for my interior, and if I have additional graphics, additional source files that I used, I can also provide them here. Once the files are selected, I'm just clicking upload. As a result, the certificate will be generated. In order to see all my certificates, I can go to my work section, and there will be a table with all my books registered. If I'm ever asked by Amazon to provide the copyright ownership proof, I can download PDF version of my certificate. Additionally, I can generate the link, the unique URL to that certificate that I can share with correspondence with Amazon so that they can access that certificate online. I hope this is useful, and if you want to sell more books on Amazon, check out this next video on how to scale your KDP business and run profitable Amazon ads for your books.